Agreed. This has never, ever happened before because you have all-time scorers at 3 spots.
Yeah.
And I'm underscoring the word scorers because that's what they are.
Yeah.
They can flat out score the basketball.
No question.
Because I was all over the Showtime Lakers. I covered much of it. I was at most of those championship games. They were a blast to watch, but I never considered Magic a great scorer.
No, he wasn't. That's not
okay?
what he was.
I never really considered James Worthy a great scorer.
No.
But could he run the break like anybody this side of Karl Malone?
Yeah.
Yes, he could.
Right.
Could he go off occasionally? Sure, he
Yeah.
could. Could
Dave
Kareem?
Triple-double said
Yeah.
that he could.
Could Kareem get you 40 on occasion? Sure he could, because he was 7 feet 2. We call him 2,
Yeah.
and he had the unstoppable move called the sky hook. But by nature, he wasn't a killer as far as give me the damn ball and get out of my way.
Especially
he wasn't like that.
Once Magic came along with the Lakers. Now, early in his career in Milwaukee,
Yep.
he was a different beast.
Well, even at UCLA. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Unbelievable. Back in those days of Lou Alcindor,
Yes,
he was
yes.
just flat out unstoppable.
Yes.
Okay. So now I compare, when most people think of prolific points, you think of the team that Kevin was a part of
Golden-
previously
yes,
at Golden
yes.
State. Okay, so I want everybody to focus on if Kevin's a wash, if he's the one, the constant, to go
Yes.
from team to team,
Yes.
then we have to start looking at, okay, let's go James Harden versus Steph,
Yeah.
who would be the next best scorer, obviously, in Golden State, and obviously he was back-to-back MVP.
Correct.
And he did win a scoring title.
Yes.
But James obviously has won 3. And James is one of only 3 players to average 36 plus a year, in a single year, and it was Wilt and Michael Jordan,
Right.
okay? So, look, if real quick while we're on Jordan, if you want to throw Jordan in as just in and of himself, a juggernaut of scoring,
Oh,
I got that. But we're talking about 3.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Pippen and Bill Cartwright or whoever else
Okay,
he put with Jordan.
it just
they had
didn't
to-
matter. Even
Right.
Scotty, it just didn't
Right.
matter. Okay, so here's the biggest point about James Harden versus Steph. James Harden has 98 40-plus point games in his career.
Right.
Steph has 39. So he's way he's
Basically double.
Yeah, he's way more. You're going on tripling him.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, Steph has actually played a lot more games than James has in his career. James is at 621. This is just regular season games. And Steph is at 710.
Right.
So, again, 98, 40-plus for James to 39 for Steph. Well, is Steph the greatest shooter we ever saw? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But there's a big difference between shooting and scoring.
Correct.
James is just a natural-born scorer
Right.
of the basketball.
Right.
He's going to do it at the free throw line
Right.
because, as I mentioned, the last 6 years,
Yeah.
he's led the league in attempts and made.
You skip when you talk about it, and there is, because Larry Bird is a better shooter than Jordan, but Bird couldn't score the basket.
Not like that.
Right.
Okay.
you're
So
absolutely
obviously
right.
James has every trick in the book to either get to the line or get to the rim.
Right.
Left-handed, he's got right-handed, he's got everything you want, and he's going to shoot a high number of threes and shoot them pretty well. He's not a great shooter, but he's a very good shooter from 3.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's streaky.
Okay, so I'm going to take James over Steph. Okay, that leaves us Kyrie versus Clay.
Right.
Well, is Clay the most explosive scorer I've ever seen? Yes, because he can go off and score, what was it, in a quarter?
60. Well, he scored 37 in a quarter.
37 and a quarter. It's impossible. I can't even make the
Right.
math work in my mind.
Got
But I've
60
seen it.
29
It's
minutes.
just,
Right.
okay? And he can go for 60. But can he do it every night? Well, obviously he doesn't.
Right.
There's some streakiness to it. And also there's some role playing in it because a lot of nights he's fine just to play defense and not score.
He's fine, Skip. When KD came, he was perfectly fine going from 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Steph was perfectly fine going from 1. Steph is, and I've said this, Steph is the greatest, most unselfish, greatest player I've ever seen. Because you're not going to find very many of them.
Mm-hmm.
With his resume, so no, I'm cool. Bro, I'll let you drive my car. Because Golden State's his team.
Yep.
And he said, KD, you come here.
That's true.
You can drive, I'll sit in the front seat.
He did.
And not only did Clay, that was in the passenger seat in the front, he said, I'm going to get in the back.
Mm-hmm. He
Bro,
did.
I'm cool. I'm still in the car.
Okay.
And we're still going to the same location, which is NBA titles.
Okay, so let's look at Kyrie versus Clay. Kyrie has actually played far fewer games. He's at 535 for his career, and Klay Thompson has 615 games under his belt.
Right.
And obviously he's still out.
Right.
But now let's just go to 30-point games for your career. Kyrie is at 100 30-plus point games. Clay is at 57. So he's almost doubled him in 30-point games because he's a scorer.
Right.
He can just get, on any given night, Kyrie can just go off for an easy 30, and you kind of wake up at the end of the game and say, he got 30 plus?
And I think the thing is because Clay has really never had, I don't know if Clay has ever had the ball in his hands for more than 2 or 3 dribbles. Skip, so it's Kyrie's going to have the ball, and that's not Clay's game. Clay is not a guy that's going to have the ball in his hand, dribble, trying to get to the rim. Clay is moving. He's catch and shoot. He's one dribble, pull up, shoot the ball. So he's not put in that situation. But to your point, KD, James Harden, and Kyrie, individually, we've never seen anything like this. The question is, Skip, can they blend it together? Because somebody's going to have to concede something.
Okay, I got it. But just on star power, firepower, those three together, I've never seen anything like that collection of scoring talent. Not shooting talent, just scoring talent.